Mouta Massi, bringing you the latest happenings in dancehall and reggae music. Welcome, it's Mouta Massi, and here are the stories making the cut for today. Police cuts down Jahshii's friend in Grand Spen. Damion Crawford tackles Andrew Holness about sending grown people to bed. Stay tuned for the stories in detail, and remember to follow me on Instagram at Mouta_Massi. So scrolling on Instagram, I buck up on this very sad news. It's about Jahshii's friend. Apparently the police killed him in Grand Spen. Pinky captioned it, friend of dancehall artist Jahshii, fatally wounded in Grand Spen this evening. Our condolences to the family. Good night, Pinky. Police not too long fatally wounded one Jahshii's producer, active music member Taddy, aka Activity_Geo on IG. They produced Cream of the Crop. Hide my ID if you post. This is definitely sad news for the dancehall fraternity, especially because Activity Geo is the producer for one of Jahshii's biggest hit songs, Cream of the Crop. Right now, I want to say prayers up for all his friends and family. We want to say to Jahshii, stay strong. Rest in peace, Activity Geo. Damion Crawford is tackling Andrew Holness about sending grown people, adults, to their beds with this ongoing curfew that has been restricting people's movements and freedoms. Check out this video.
We move to the curfews. Another study, this time by Sorties Journals, it says early evening curfews are not effective and may backfire. Now, you know that since this government has been in power, this prime minister has been telling adults when to go to his bed long before COVID. He was doing it with the states of emergency. He was doing it with so-so, and it seems to take it with great pleasure when it's being announced. Go to your bed at 10, go to your bed at 8, go to your bed at 6. And the research is saying that these early evening curfews, for which we celebrate an additional hour, we have been so traumatized by it that every time he comes with a grand announcement, one more hour, we say, yes, thank you, we recharge, right? Now, Stockholm Syndrome. You must take actions that are effective. You know, one of the foolishest things I've seen is what they do to the poor taxi people. They say you can only have 2 at the back, right? Now, and instead of 3. Now, what is recommended? It is 6 feet apart. There is no vehicle that can have 6 feet apart. So just to say you do something, you rob them of a passenger. To say only 2 can be at the back because we are a government who care and we are doing something. Now what that does, it causes more people to be at the bus stop. The bus stop then become a hub for multiple people for a long period of time. A super spreader location. And we must say nothing because they are the ones in charge. That cannot make sense. You must seek to question the efficacy and effectiveness of what you are implementing. They said the worst thing in government is to be accused of not doing nothing. So therefore they just do something, even without, nobody stand up this time. Just do anything. So, listen to this PR curfew now. It says, the research, Senator Mouta, and you're in the cabinet, you should tell them about this research, and I'll provide them, found that 6 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. curfew in Athens led to a 4.63 percentage points relative increase in time spent at home. It had no effect on time spent in groceries, no effect on time spent in pharmacies. Considering that this was an 18.75% reduction in time, it is not sufficient for a 4.6% increase in staying home. So what it has done is to now shift people into a crowd when crowd is what should be resisted. So when 7 o'clock comes, everybody is hurrying within the same space and the same time. Now, nobody wants to look at these things, but this is what science is saying. It seems that early evening curfews led to more crowding in indoor spaces, which may facilitate the spread of disease. Interventions should be based on thorough analysis of human behavior that anticipates substitution of activities. And the curfew has not. This is what the scientists are saying. And one of the things I used to hear early is just... Sir? You know, that's why I appreciate you. Study number 2. Mr. President. Study number 2. Measuring the effects of COVID-19 related night curfews. Empirical evidence from Germany. And we have to depend on these bigger countries because they often have different areas having different policy. Unlike Jamaica, the whole of it just locked down. They have different areas having different policies. In fact, it says, curfews presents the most restrictive measure aiming to fight the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. A somewhat weaker form are nighttime curfews. Nighttime curfews were imposed all over the world, including US, France, Germany, and Argentina, and still in force in many countries that have been reinforced recently in some countries. Empirical evidence is the only way to reduce emotionality in this discourse and to provide guidance for the decisions of policymakers. In this paper, we examine the impact of local night curfew in one area in Germany, the 5th most populous federal state in Germany, on the growth of incidences of COVID-19 cases during the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Using this setup, we take advantage of the fact that counties in Hesse had the same measures in place, with the only difference that some additionally had to implement nighttime curfews. This allows us to identify the effect of night curfews in isolation. We find no statistical evidence that night curfews were effective in slowing the spread of the pandemic. If you want more, can't say not one. So what I'm saying is, when they look, as I said, one time my father told me, if you can't change your mind, you can't change the world. Be careful, you just sticking to one thing. The government is sticking to things that have been proven by science to not to work. Robbing the economy of activity, robbing the people of earning possibilities, robbing the society of all these things where it has been proven that it don't work. And if you look at the society now, you realize nobody even business about the time that you want to set. People are out doing their own thing within their own time. Once upon a time, the world was flat and now it's round. No. Well, science should not be ignored. Because what has happened is that when we had no facts, no data, no information, we all jumped on trying whatever was available. Now that we have information, should we not provide this information? No, that we have different facts. In their ignorance. This one? Reference. All of them peer reviewed. All of them we don't do comics around here. This one is, I sent in the paper, April 2021. No, but I'm moving on. We find no statistical. Now, this is your state of the nation. Give me a chance. Because you can disagree. And you can find papers that disagree. What we're saying is that even our own evidence, when the Prime Minister did the initial lockdown in the first wave, proved that lockdown never worked. In fact, it was abandoned by the third week, when the spike was still in its heights. And then over time, The spike ended. What we're saying is that the cost of these curfews, the cost of these lockdowns are not reflecting the benefits that they're supposed to carry. I will tell him. And I'm telling you now to tell Prime Minister Holness not to continue telling us when to go to our beds, because it does not, based on science, work.
So that's it for today, Massive Montana. Big up on a nice clean self. Enough love, enough respect. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. Positive vibrations going out to the Massive. I'm Mouta Massi. Magan.
Mouta Massi. Mouta Massi. Covering the latest in Jamaican music and culture. Like, share, comment and subscribe now.